Good morning. Today we are going to learn about sources of contamination, what occurs in an aseptic area. Myself Prashant Naik, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutics, NGSM Institute of Pharmaceutical Science, Mangalore. So, what is the learning objectives of the today's class? We will learn what are the sources, what are contamination, what are different sources of contamination, how it occurs in an aseptic area. Then we will learn what are the methods to prevent the contamination in an aseptic area. So, different sources of contamination in an aseptic area. The various contamination sources in the aseptic area are discussed below. The first one is personal. So, the personal directly it refers to the person who is supervising or working in an aseptic or clean area. So, those supervising, performing, or controlling drug manufacturing are the potential source of microbial contamination. This can be due to the following reasons. Maybe inadequate training is provided to the person, or it can be a direct contact of the hands of the person for the starting materials which is used, or in the packaging materials when they are used without using gloves or anything. When direct contact, it can be due to inadequate training also. Unauthorized persons entering the production storage and production control areas, it should be avoided. Insufficient gowning and protecting equipments, grounds, or whatever shoes not wore properly, it can lead to a contamination, or it can be a source of contamination. Eating, drinking, smoking within the storage area and processing area can have contaminating and maybe rain reason for contamination. Now, after the personals or the people who are contaminating, we will see what are the problems with buildings and facilities. So these are very important contribution for microbial contamination. The reason behind this is inadequate size and organisms of the space, which lead to selection errors such as cross contamination between raw material, consumables, in process material and finished products, poor filters and pest control, rough floors, walls and ceilings, absence of air filtration system, inadequate lighting and ventilating system, poor located vents, ledges and drains, improper washing, cleaning, toilet, locker facility, sanitary, personal hygiene, personal cleanliness which is not maintained. It's all comes under building and facilities what has been used. The next one is equipment and utensils. They are used during the processing, holding, transferring and packaging. They are common source of microbial contamination due to following reason: unsuitable design of the equipment, size, corrosion of the material, starting material accumulation or adulteration with lubricants, coolants, dirts and sanitizing agents, inadequate cleaning and sanitization, insufficient cleaning and maintenance due to their design, inappropriate calibration and irregular service which is provided on the instrument, and use of defective instruments can be a major problems in cases of sources of contamination. Raw materials, when we talk about raw materials, they are used during the production and are considered as a potential source of contamination due to the following reason: inappropriate storage, handling, which leads to the mix up of selection errors, microbial or chemical contamination can occur to the raw material, degradation due to extreme environmental condition, heat, cold, sunlight, moisture content, etc. Wrong labeling, incorrect sampling and testing using materials not meeting the acceptance criteria. So these are all the problems what we can see in the case of raw material. Now coming to manufacturing process. During the manufacturing process, microbial contamination or raw material, intermediates or packaging material can widely occur due to the following reasons: absence of facility required for manufacturing of single product, improper cleaning between batches for minimizing the amount of product changeover, use of open manufacturing system for exposing the product to the room environment, improper zoning of the material or the product, lack of airline clearance, lack of cleaning status, labeling of all equipments and materials used while manufacturing facility. We'll see what is an HVAC system. A HVAC system is nothing but heat, ventilation, and air conditioning system. HVAC system is a possible source of microbial growth and also disperses the contamination throughout the manufacturing unit. This occurs due to the following reason. Organic material accumulate in or near the HVAC air intakes, inadequate filtration system, inadequate magnitude of pressure differentiation, flow of reversal, incorrect ratio of fresh air to be recirculated air, incapability of accessing ventilation, dampers and filtering from outside the manufacturing area, and non-directional airflow production or packaging primary packaging areas. So now we will see what are the methods of preventing contamination. First of all, personals take the following measure. Unauthorized persons should be restricted, only trained be allowed. Adequate personal hygiene should be maintained. Compulsorily, person should be given proper and regular training with respect to hygiene as well as ensure their activities do not hamper the product quality. Personnel entering the manufacturing area should wear protective clothing, overgarments, hair cover, overshoes. Person should avoid touching with naked hands and expose products to any part of the instrument or equipment in contact with the product. Facility design. This includes the following major aseptic rooms. Differential air pressure should be higher than the adjacent control room. Air filtration and changing rate should be set. Unidirectional laminar airflow be maintained. Critical areas at sufficient velocity to sweep particles away from filling closing area. Ambient temperature, humidity should be very low. Ventilated cabinets, restricted access barrier system RABS should be maintained. Isolators systems etc. should be used depending on the facility. Product risk management results in order to achieve an absolute or partial barrier to contain microorganism at their point of use. The area of unusual risk are separated by UV locks and door barriers. All open control processing should be performed within the isolators RABs. The air pressure of changing room should be negative with respect to the manufacturing area corridor but positive with respect to the external adjacent areas. Ventilation dampers, specially designed filters and other services should be positioned such that they are be accessed from outside the manufacturing area. Service voids or service corridors for maintaining purposes. An impermeable barrier should be used in appropriate area to prevent cross contamination between two zones such as closed system, pumped or vacuum transfer of material. HVAC air distribution component should be used for preventing and spreading of contamination generated within the room. All room and surfaces should be maintained and monitored for viable and non-viable particulates, and this facility should be recertified on an semi-annual basis. Faculty and equipment design cannot be eliminate contamination completely, but good risk assessment and constituent hygiene design can reduce their risk several times. For example, flow of man and material should be uniform. Equipment have smooth surface of appropriate material can facilitate effective cleaning, and closed material transfer system should be used. Access to the areas. This includes access to production, packaging, quality control area by unauthorized person should be restricted. Personnel should gain access to this area only changing rooms. Material should be accessed via specific routes. Building requirement. The building requirement should be smooth, crack free, easy cleanable floors and ceilings. Windows or weaving panels should be closed, non opening, fixed with the wall panels and sealed to prevent accumulation of dust. The designing of pipe work, ventilation, light points should be such that the creation of recess and not easily cleanable is avoided. Sinks and stainless steel should be present at the production areas. Cleaning and disinfectant includes the following major. Time to time cleanliness and disinfectant of areas should be done. Adequate hygiene should be maintained in every aspect for the drug product manufacturing. Cleaning agents of proper grade should be used to minimize health risk. contact time, application, temperature, mechanical action, and chemistry of cleaning agent should be considered during cleaning process. Cleaning agent should be not be directly applied on the product. The cleaning practices should be validated to prove that the efficient control of contamination has taken place. Utilities. I have the following major: water of pharmaceutical grade, microbially controlled and monitored, should be used in manufacturing products. Clean and additives free stream should be used for cleaning and sanitization, production, tools, equipment, and to supply the autoclaves and humidification. So clean and additive streams, free stream should be avoided. Cleaning and sanitization of product tools and equipment to supply for autoclaves and humidification. This is taken from the references N.K. Jain, Pharmaceutical Microbiology, 2nd edition, Vallabh Prakashan. Please refer this textbook for further reading. Now, to summarize the things we have learned, what exactly is how to prevent contamination, what are the sources of contamination, and what are the measures taken to prevent the contamination in a clean room in a pharmaceutical formulation. That's all for now. Have a nice day. Thank you.